Hey everybody, it's Jacob with BizReps, and I'm back with another video for you about money-saving grants that you can use to put sustainable energy in your business and get things done for free. Let's talk about that. So today, we're going over the USDA REAP grant, which is the Rural Energy for America program. And what this entails is the government's handing out money for you to put green, sustainable, clean energy in your smart business or on your farm. And so the first thing I'm going to be talking about today is the who of this grant. And the reason I'm going there first is because not every small business will qualify for this, unfortunately, but many will. So I'm going to tell you exactly how you qualify. So either you're part of a community that's 50,000 or less, metropolitan population, 50,000 or less, I'm just put POP period population, or you make 50% of your income from farming. So if you are a farmer and you live in a larger area, like where I'm from, there are farmers that are in town, part of huge, just the way that the landfall, they're part of big cities and they're part of more than 50,000, but they would still qualify because they make more than 50% of their earnings from farming. So one does not mean both, so make sure you find out. And for those of you who are like, maybe I am, maybe I'm not, USDA.gov has a really handy map which you can just put in your address and it'll tell you exactly if you are or are not available for this grant. So go in and find that and then come back and watch the rest of the video. And if you're not qualifying, don't click off just yet. Go back down on this page. I have 2 videos of other grants that everybody can apply for and be approved. It's the 179D and the solar tax credit. And if you haven't watched those videos, go watch because there's still plenty of money to be handed out for you who don't qualify for this. But if you're still here, let's talk a little bit more about what this is. So this is a big deal. I didn't want to make those people who didn't qualify feel bad, but if you're still here, let's talk about the what, because this is 25% of your total project cost paid for by the government free. I'm putting 25% paid. So if you're going to put in any form of sustainable energy in yours, that is paid by the government. There's no caps. You can get this done 25% off every single time. That's a huge deal. That never happens, and usually it's a tax credit or something you need to apply for. It comes off on your taxes, things like that. This is money the government's giving out in the form of a grant to help you fund your sustainable energy project. And the other cool thing about this grant is it's not just 25%. You can also qualify for up to 75% of the project being funded by Uncle Sam through loans as well. These don't stack, unfortunately, to make 100. However, you can have up to, because oftentimes what you're going to want to do is put 25% of the grant and then 50% in loans. So up to 75% funded. And that's huge because everybody knows that sustainable energy, green energy, and specifically what we're talking about today is solar and LED. Everybody knows that the return on investment in those is huge and that you can get your money back in just a couple of years. But not everybody has the spending cash to be able to go out and invest in something like this. And that is the biggest barrier between small businesses, sustainable energy, solar, geothermal, all of these different things, is they don't have the initial seed money to get the return on investment. But because of the REAP grant, the government's able to kind of fund you that money so that you can get the return on investment and pay them back later. And you may be thinking, I don't really want to take out a loan, and I would be in the same place. However, because of the massive return on investments that you can get from sustainable energy, and I'm going to go through a calculation of a real-time business that we have done in our company that saw real money in the first year on theirs in just a little bit. But finally, we're going to go over the how. And the how is this is just a file. It's super easy. There's an application. I'm just going to put it right here. It's USDA.gov. Just go on there, look for the REAP grant, and it'll come up. It'll give you all of the details in an application you can fill out and send in. If you have any questions about that, please reach out to me. I can totally help you out with it. We've done it many, many times before. So, like I said, any questions, reach out. But let's do an actual real-life problem that we have seen within our business. This was very recent. This was just a few years ago that we were able to pull this off. And so I've got some numbers written up here. So I rounded my numbers just to make them a little more tangible for you. We're not going to get into the pennies. But this is about a $50,000 project that we did. 25% came off because of the REAP benefit, taking us down to $37,500 to put in over 100 brand new LED lights and solar. So this was a very, very big project in a very big facility. If you've ever been in a warehouse facility with over 50 lights, you know it's very sizable. It's a no joke project, and likely if you're living far out in rural areas, something like that, you may have something this big, because this is where a lot of those big warehouses and manufacturing facilities are being placed. If you're a farmer, you've got multiple barns with multiple lights and square footages all over the place, and so you might be looking at something close to 50 or 100 lights that becomes a big looming number to replace the whole thing. But this was a very big facility. They ended up paying $37,500, and obviously you got 50% of that becoming loans, and then we had the solar tax credit, and all of these different things ended up making it very affordable, and they were able to seed the money to get this put in. And this number right here might shock you, because this is the money that they saved off of their power bill year one. $57,000 was what they saved year one. I'm going to tell you right now, they did not pay this $37,500 at all. They paid far less than this because of tax credits, grants, solar, 179D. They did all of it, and they did not pay that number. But just for the sake of conversation, let's say that they actually were required to pay $37,500, which is a huge number. In their first year, they would have received in profit, and I can even calculate it in down here, $6,000 for interest, because the government interest rate's about 5% right now. It goes up, it goes down. That's very conservative. You'll probably pay a lot less than that on $50,000. However, $6,000 for interest, and you are profiting in year one $13,500 with the REAP benefit, because the government has seeded you the loan money to get this project. You've paid them off fully. You no longer owe anything to the government, and you can profit thousands and thousands of dollars in year one. And that's why the REAP benefit is such a big deal, because this enables small businesses and farms to have the seed money to receive the return on investment that's just so prevalent within the sustainable energy, green energy market. And everybody knows that LED and prevalent can save money, but not everybody can cross that barrier. But with this benefit, with this grant, you can cross that barrier. Your business is primed and in position to be able to take that step to start saving almost $50,000 a year in some cases. If you're ready to take a look at your business and see how much you can save, reach out to me and my team. We work with businesses that make this much money all the time. In the 21st century, there's so many opportunities to make money with sustainable energy. Get your piece of it. Reach out. Thanks for watching.